What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. AuzSOME here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night tomorrow. Whatever it was last. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto, to obviously talk more about the markets. Markets were looking great yesterday. Honestly, I was like, this is exactly what we talked about. We're obviously down today. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be up and down. It's going to be up and down. But it was nice to sort of see a rally. I mean, Bitcoin getting back over the 70, hitting that 74, coming back down. You saw Ethereum hit that 2,300. I was like, man, things are looking pretty damn good again. We know that there was going to be some relief here, and I think we're going to continue through some relief. Again, just because I say relief doesn't mean that it's going to, all of a sudden hit all-time highs again. Like, that's not what I'm saying. We're going to have a nice little pump back up, and then we'll probably have another sell-off. I mean, I think October, the Bitcoin halving is a real thing. The Bitcoin halving theory is real. I mean, it hasn't been proven wrong yet, and right now we're actually sort of seeing that happen right now. And, we know that here in October is going to be a really interesting month on how this all plays out. If we come to October and we actually hit an all-time low there, then we absolutely know for a fact that the Bitcoin halving theory is like 100% correct. And so I'm actually sort of excited because I mean, if that's true, if the Bitcoin theory is the right way to look at it, then I think we've made ourselves into a pretty good, given ourselves a pretty good idea of like what's going to happen. And but that's kind of where it's at, man. We got some things to discuss here. We got good and bad. We got markets. We got obviously the Iran-U.S. war continues to linger on. We saw the Dow take another massive dip today. We see Bitcoin them coming back down over the 24-hour mark, especially after yesterday's rally. Major buys from the ETFs. You can see the ETF funds out there, massive buys. I told you guys the ETFs will continue to rule the space. When they buy, you buy. When they sell, you sell. Obviously, they're selling today. You can go and look on Arcam and see that a lot of these are selling or have sold today. And it's right around, it was before the whole Jane Street lawsuit that came out here. It was a 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time where we'd see a dump in the market. Now it's an 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time dump in the markets. Kind of ironic how that's working, but here we are. But before we jump into all, I do want to say what's up to the A-Team. We got BP Kohler in the house here. What's up, my guy? Good to see you, dude. We got Pink Geek in the house here. We got Guy. What's up, Guy? Good to see you, my guy. We got Selmo Fun. What's up, buddy? Got one of my mods in the house here. Good to see you, man. Yeah, the markets are down pretty bad, Guy. I would agree with you. What's up, A-Team? What's going on, Griff? Good to see you, buddy. We got Hey Batch in the house here. King Pound, what's going on, man? Rick's in the house. Majestic, good to see you, dude. Maxim. We got Phil in the house. What's up, Phil? Good to see you, man. Ian. Oh my God, awesome! What's happening to your beard? Now you look legit. It's getting there, man. I'm keeping it a little fresh. Trying to get it going down. Keeping it a little longer than I should. What's up, Tony Punch? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well today, man. Hope you don't have any more projects out there. Those are always the worst, dude. Boys, watch my ETH short. Oh, did you short the market? Yeah, I told you guys. So yesterday, had it been on Tuesday, I told you guys the market was going to rally. We saw the indicators out there. The market was going to rally. I'm not here to tell you I told you so type of thing, but we did look at it on Tuesday, and I did say, hey, the markets look like they're primed to rally. And so obviously I put some longs in. I was like, we're going to long the market, and dude, they hit great yesterday. Yesterday was perfect. My ETH finally came back down. I had a trailing stop loss on my ETH. And things actually looked really good. I made some pretty good money yesterday. Very happy with the longing of the markets. I did not actually then short the market. I literally just got out of it. We'll let the things reset, do some stuff, and move on from there, dude. Austin Fade is on point today. Teach Rodney how it's done. What's up, K-Tao? Good to see you, man. We got Candy. What's up, Candy? Good to see you. Alex Golden, good morning to you as well. Crypto Bipto, what's up, buddy? Tobias, man, I haven't seen Tobias in a minute. What's going on, dude? Hope all is well. Observer dude. Oh, yeah, when we pumped yesterday was crazy, bro. My beard is 5 inches long now. Dang, bro, you're putting it in 5 inches long. Dang, mine's kind of. I've kept it kind of short, so it's not too bad. But okay, let's jump into it. We've got some things to cover today. Like I said earlier, oops, I thought I had my thing up here. Dang it. Let's go to entire. They changed it here on StreamYard to entire screen. You can actually share your audio now, which is kind of nice. I think you've been able to do that, but here we are. So you can see right now we're at a $2.24 trillion market cap. You can actually sort of see that the volume has come down slightly today. Bitcoin's sitting around the 70,853, which again, not that bad, up almost 6% over the last 7 days. After all the dread that's come down, I mean, we hit 63 literally on like February 27th. I think it was like 8 days ago. You could have got Bitcoin for 63,000. It went up to 73, 74,000 yesterday, dude. Like you could have like literally went up 10K per Bitcoin. And Ethereum, hitting down to 1800s, went all the way up to 23. I mean, like things were actually looking really good yesterday. You could have actually probably sold and made some pretty good profits if you were spot trading. But XRP looking pretty good too. It's still up just a tad, but not a whole lot. But your ETH and your Bitcoin are definitely looking pretty good. BNB sitting pretty nicely as well over the last 7 days. And our baby down here, Hedera, continues to kind of just be flat, sitting around the 10 cent mark. But crypto's lingering around. The crazy thing is the stock market. Look at this, dude. Almost 1,000 points on the Dow. Look at that, crazy 934 points down because of the oil prices. I mean, I told you guys, if you're going to get into anything right now, go out there and buy that. I told you, go buy BP, go buy Exxon. These are the ones that are going to be making money. And in a time of war, in a time of where gas prices are going to go up, the money to be in is actually energies. It's to be in gas. It's to be in the Arcos. We should have bought that probably about a month ago. But here we are. You didn't know that we were going to actually go out there and start bombing Iran. But oil prices are taking it down. We're almost to 1,000 on the Dow right now, which is crazy. Almost 1,000 points down on the Dow. S&P is down 82, and the Nasdaq's down 239. We're taking a pretty big dump. Russell 2K is down about 70, almost 71. Yeah, kind of crazy right now. In addition to that, you got what's right here. This is all over X right now. Is the states expect to sue to block Trump's latest tariffs? As you guys know, that they're actually requesting that they start repaying back the tariffs, which is like over $175 billion. So this is going to be a wild ride. I don't know what's going to happen. I think this could impact a little bit for how this whole thing gets paid back. But yeah, it's just crazy what the tariffs are doing. And then he's doubling down on the tariffs. I don't know how it's going to play out. I really don't know how it's going to play out. I'm not going to hold my breath. I'll tell you that right now. Let's see. Wait until the Asian markets wake up. Yeah, dude. Well, you saw South Korea. I mean, Korea's they went down like 11%. They shut down trading on the Korean market. Was it 2 days ago? Went down 8%. Then it woke up the next day and went down another like 3 or 4%, down to like 11, 12% overall. And they shut down the market because it was just getting absolutely obliterated, dude. Austin, it's my birthday. Can you pump the market, please? Anthony Hawkins, happy birthday to you, my friend. I wish I could. I mean, you know what? I'll show you this, dude, because I think this is actually something that's good to see. Is that this is something we talked about here? Is that we're actually in the green. So as much as today's kind of been like a bit of a down day, we're in the green for the first time. Are we going to actually repeat the cycle here? Last time we had this was back in 2018 and 19, where we went 5 straight months in the red. We went 5 straight months in the red right now from October, November, December, January, February. Now we're in March. Is it going to actually track to be the same where we continue to rally? And again, we very well could. I think that we're more primed for a rally. Again, just a rally before we have another dump off, which is what's going to most likely happen again coming down here. It's kind of what happened in 2019 here. You know what I mean? Kind of similar things. But, very interesting to see how that plays out. So I think that this pattern is actually coming out right now. I hope it continues into the green. I hope we continue to have a good ending of a Q1 into Q2, which is what I said for a long time. I said Q1 and Q2 could be, should be pretty good. I'm hoping that they are. We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? 6 months down probably. You think we're going to have 6 months? You think we're going to go 6 months down? Okay, damn. 6 months would be wild. I think that would be the longest trend we had in any crypto if we went 6 months. Yeah, 5 months was our longest one back in 2018, where we just matched that this last cycle right here in 2025, 2026. So if we did go into, let's just say that March was red, that would be the longest downward trend in the history of crypto, which would be, I mean, hey, if we're breaking records, might as well break the record. Late summer, spring pump, that'd be nice. I mean, that's why I said, I think if you go back and actually look at the charts, if you look at, if we're going to, like I said, if you're going to go off of the Bitcoin theory, the Bitcoin halving theory, then we should have a pump. We should have a rally. I was waiting for Trump to call BS on the banks. Banks are affecting, yeah. Well, the banks are fighting, right? They think that it's unfair for the exchanges to be able to go out there and allow people to stake and make money. It's taken away from the banks. I mean, imagine owning an asset and then being able to stake that asset and make money off that asset. Like, I mean, you can't do that with stocks. You can't go and take Tesla and then stake Tesla while you're making profit off Tesla to then go and make money off the staking of Tesla. Like, it doesn't work like that. So banks are pissed because it's taken away from like actual dollars. It's taken away from, it's just funny when you look back at like, oh, go buy a CD. I can't wait to go put money in a CD. Like, what the hell? Who's putting money in CDs? Like, who's doing CDs? If you're doing CDs, dude, you got it all wrong. I'm down. Let's see. I'm down, so it doesn't matter if we rally or not. I just need to accumulate. There you go, crypto whip. That's good. That's good. That's good. I mean, that's good that you have that like let's go get it type of thing. I like that mentality, which would mean after 6 months down, we would have the most glorious rip up we've ever had. I don't know if we're going to have that. Like, I don't think it works I think we're going to have a relief. Like, there's definitely a lot of charting out there to show a relief, but I don't think it's going to go up to all time highs. We'll probably have another little bit of a sell off and then maybe reach all time highs. We got Tim Shea in the house, the mayor of crypto. What's up, my guy? Hope all is well, man. Good to see you. Appreciate you, man. Always being here, always showing up, showing out. I'm doing a Betamax. What is that, Dirk? Betamax. Boomers are doing CDs. Boomer. I mean, maybe they're still in CDs, but it's just crazy to me. Like, there's no way I could do a CD at all, dude. Chum Winner, thanks so much for the $5 super chat here. Austin, got to look at what does that cost? Is killing it on cloud AI and team keeps delivering. It's all built on base, so minimum fees. I'll let the A team go out there. Hashtag, what is it? Or so not hashtag. $COS. It's on base. So yeah, go check that out. I mean, I don't even know. I'm assuming that's just probably a newly launched crypto. But yeah, appreciate the marketing on that. Crypto Cooper Joe, what's up, buddy? Hope all is well, my friend. I see 6 red boxes. You got is there 6 red boxes? 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, sorry, right here, 6. Yeah, you're right. 6 right here. My bad. I said 5, right? So yeah, there is 6. 6 would be, you're right, 6 in 2018-19. So if March was down, we'd probably have 6. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, what's up, that one guy? Good to see you, dude. So let's look at this right here because it's actually pretty interesting right here. You come down here and you see these levels because there's actually conflicting data out there. And again, Chum Winner, thanks so much for the super chat. Let's see here. Let me get that off real quick here. Thanks so much for the super chat. I appreciate that a ton. You can see right here that we have these are your RSIs down here. You can see that COVID was down here. You got FTX collapse, which is right here. And then we are actually right here. So if you go back and actually look at COVID was right here, right before we had the massive pump that came in. COVID hit, but then, COVID, we had our rallies, we had our double tops, came back down. Now FTX, we're at these levels. Like, these levels are there. There's no question about it. We've reached, even COVID didn't go past the 20% marker on this guy's RSI. But you go over here to FTX, definitely passed over the 20% mark. Now you're down over here, sitting at around 25. And it's kind of crazy when you think about how far we come down. Also, looking at this right now, we're still in this. I told you guys I love this chart. If you're not following Timothy Peterson, go follow Timothy Peterson. He puts out these bear market seasonality charts between 2018, 2022, and right now. And you can see that if you look at the average, we're well below the average, but we're well within the range of the two, right? The average, so you can see right over here, this top one right here was 2022. This is the top one was 2018. This bottom one was 2022. You take the average, we're actually more towards the bottom, but we're in this waiting period, right? You're going through accumulation period. Now you're in this like wait and hold period. And then we're going to go through a recovery. And he's actually thinking that we're going to go into a recovery. Again, recovery doesn't mean that we're going to have a bull run. Recovery doesn't mean that we're going to have like all-time highs. Recovery means that we're going to have a recovery. We're going to have a bounce back. We're going to have a nice little run up. And so like, this is not the time to like go and sell your crypto. I mean, you could, if you want to like play the game, you can go do that. But I mean, in all reality, I do think that Q2 is going to be where we have a little rip in this, but it's just a matter of some people don't feel that. Some people feel that we're going to continue downward. That's just not that's not how usually it works. But here you can see that we are in this waiting period. It's still within the averages. It's still within the range, and still in accumulation phase as of right now. I got issued my DOT. I got one scammer call every 2 minutes. Dude, yeah. I remember when I put my trucks through, when I did the DOT, because I had 4 trucks that I had to get DOT numbers on. And so I went through, did my DOT numbers, got my trucks all signed up. And man, dude, they were like calling and texting and like, hey, you need to do this. I hate the DOT stuff, dude. Like, yeah, like Control-Alt-Delete the number if you can. Austin, what's the chance of pumping to 90K by May? I think it's on the that's right in my range, actually. Let's actually we'll open up the chart here. We'll take a look at the chart. Let's actually, I think I have my numbers marked on here. I think I have it at 89. Yeah, 89 is where I have my number. So basically 90. I think it's going to happen. I truly think it's going to happen. People probably laugh at that, but whatever, I don't care. 90K, and I think we're going to probably get up into the 32s again for, I think I have it at 27. Sorry, 27 is where I think I have it here. But I mean, we can get anywhere from 27 to 32 again before we take the next dip down if we do. You could kind of see there was a relief rally here before we had the sell-off. This is the FTX fiasco, right? We had a run up here in March. Look at that, March. This is March. This is going to March, April right here. This is April coming down. You had a March rally coming up here. Boom, it came back down. You come back over here. Again, you have like this February, March rally coming back down. Again, we didn't hit all-time highs, but we did have a nice little rally, and then we came back down, and we came back up again. And this is Ethereum, by the way. This isn't Bitcoin. And so you're going to have the same exact rallies. We're going to probably come back up and maybe hit anywhere between this 2,800 to roughly 3,700 mark. We're going to be somewhere in this ballpark. Bitcoin's the same way, dude. You go back and look at when Bitcoin's a little bit different because the ETFs hit sooner. But I mean, you come back and look at the same time frames. I mean, these rallies that happen are right in this March. This is all in this March area. Boom, it hits, comes down. I mean, every time we go into this February, March, we have these little relief rallies. Doesn't mean we hit all-time highs. We come back down and hit certain levels. I mean, even right here was February, March. We came back up here. We almost we did hit all-time highs, and then we came back down. And this is a very long lull of a time right here where we were just waiting. This is the whole ETF things. Then we came back down, and then obviously Trump got elected that caused all this, right? So, but realize that March is kind of, I mean, this end of Q1 going into Q2 is kind of where it's at, and things are lining up nicely. If you go back and actually look at some of these dates right here, I mean, we're actually at different times. I mean, we rallied in March right here, but we were already towards the top of our RSI right here. We're already kind of towards the tops of these. We're actually at the bare bottom. I mean, we're literally straggling along at the bottom here. The good thing is the MACD is actually starting to come back around here, so that's kind of a nice thing to actually see. Is the MACD kind of starting to come back around. We're starting to get a better MACD. So this is on the weekly, by the way. This is the weekly chart. So, I mean, when I'm looking at the weekly, I think that we're in a pretty good position. I mean, this isn't going to stay down here for very long. And it might not, like I said, it doesn't mean that we have to come up here and hit all-time highs because the weekly's running up, but the weekly's going to run up. It's going to run. We're going to have some ups and downs, but I mean, in all reality, we're going to run up and hit some numbers here. And unfortunately, people are going to miss out on that. And then we'll probably have a sell-off because there is a lot of data out there showing that, after this is the APM thing. I think it's this chart right here. We're going to have this where it's going to round up like this. You see, here's 2022. Look at this. We run up, we hit these numbers, and then we kind of flatten out and we come back down and hit lows again. We'll probably do the same thing. We'll probably do something very similar to this. We'll come up, we'll hit some numbers up here, and then we'll probably come down. And then we'll recover from that again. I mean, we'll recover from it again. But this one actually went down pretty far in 2022. We can go back and look at this chart back in 2022 here. Right over here, this is what we're talking about. This is the little where we rallied up here. But this is the FTX fiasco. I don't know if we're going to have another FTX fiasco like that. You got to think FTX caused a whole liquidation event that was just no one was expecting that. And then we're talking about one of the top exchanges in the world completely got liquidated, and it screwed over a bunch of people, and then it caused just a snowball effect. I don't think we're going to have that this time. So it'll be interesting to sort of see this play out, but that's what they're showing here. So I don't necessarily think it's going to be the exact same as this fallout here, because this is the FTX fallout. But we are kind of building the same thing here, right? It came down, hit these channels, right? Went for a pinch here, came up, hit these levels. Same kind of play, same kind of exact same pattern. But we'll see what 2026 brings. 2026 has been kind of crazy. But it's funny, we're out here, people are out here dogging Trump, right? Dogging Trump right here. But you got to realize Donald Trump is down $400 million on his Bitcoin. Can you believe that? Donald Trump is down $400 million on his Bitcoin. It says Trump Media DJT disclosed a purchase of $1.37 billion of Bitcoin in September 2025. Since then, their investment has drawn down to over $400 million. It says Donald Trump Jr. or Donald Trump's on-chain wallets are down $416 million over the past 6 months. So people out here dogging Trump's down significantly, right? Trump's down significantly on his bag. And so, people are out here like, oh, Trump's, trying to do this. I mean, he's down a lot, dude. I get that his Trump token came out here. His Melania token came out here. People said he made a ton of money, but wasn't $400 million worth. Being down that much is a lot. We have Trump fiasco. Yeah. Remember DeepSeek AI screwed us last year in April. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. The whole AI thing was crazy. The whole, the opening of the AI, diamond hands. Hell yeah, Michael. What's up, Michael? Skating horse. What's up, buddy? Going on Trump coin. All right. We got Shannon in the house. What's up, Shannon? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Trump definitely trying to make that money. I mean, he has to. $400 million down. Imagine that. I wouldn't touch Trump coin. I like World Liberty Finance, but not the Trump or Melania. Yeah, I wouldn't touch Trump. I wouldn't touch the Trump or the Melania token. But yeah, World Liberty Finance, at least it has some backing with some staking. They're obviously going to probably pump some money back into it. But I mean, I don't even know if I'm actually going to own World Liberty Finance, to be honest with you. I probably won't touch it if I have to be real. But this is kind of crazy right here too. You can see right here the gold dumps are coming in here. This is actually gold. Every 8 a.m. there's a massive dump now within gold. It was this is probably Jane Street all over again. Jane Street 2.0 on the gold side. Yeah, good to see you, man. Trump will be fine. Free room and board, no bills. True. True. He'll be just fine. I would agree with that 100%. But if you're actually looking at this, this is where I think the Bitcoin, when we talk about the Bitcoin theory, the Bitcoin halving theory, this is what it looks like. It says the long-term holder percentage supply is in losses, shows that a share of capital is underwater. So only time that when the long-term holders are underwater is when we actually start to see bottoms being formed here. And historically, major bottoms formed when roughly 40 to 50% of long-term holders were in a loss. And right now, only 27% of long-term holders are in a loss. So you can go back here and look at the history of this. Back here in 2015, 16, 50% were in loss before we found the bottom. You can see back over here in 2019, about 45% were in the losses. Long-term holders were in losses before we saw the bottom. Same with over here in 2022. You can see we hit 40%. Right now we're at 27. So long-term holders are actually still, majority of them are still prosperous, right? I mean, we're talking roughly what, 60 some odd percent, 4%, 65% or whatever it is, are still in the profits. You know what I mean? So it's actually looking pretty good. It's actually looking really good. 63% are still in profits. Are we really bombing for? What are we talking about, K-Tao? I don't know what we're talking about, dude. Chua, thanks so much, dude. My moon bag under 20K market cap meme on base. Austin's wonton in you. You got a ton of, dude. Thanks so much for the $5 super chat, chum winner. It sounds like a lot of meme coins are here and no drop soap mentality. That sounds like the drop in the soap. That sounds like an XCL term. It's done by 5% each time. It's down by 5% each time. What are you talking about, Michael? What's the chances of XRP going to 250 by May? Let's take a look at it real quick. Here. Let's take a look at XRP where I have my numbers on here. I thought I had my numbers written. I think 215. I think I had 215. Yeah, so 215. I think it's going to be anywhere from 225 to, I think my numbers are right here. There we go. Yeah, I think 225 is kind of my number right now. So I'm hoping that we have a nice little relief rally up here between $2 and 225 is kind of like my number, somewhere in this ballpark. Again, weeklies are at the bottom here on the RSIs. These weeklies are going to come back up. Just go back and look at the weeklies. So let's just go since Trump's come in, every time the weeklies came up, we came back down, and then we start to rally back up again. You know what I mean? So like every time the weeklies come down and come back up, we actually do really, really well. So even over here before Trump's, every time the weekly came down, we would go down from, let's just say that we started at the bottom right here, and then we went up to the top up here. I mean, it went up 73%, and this is in the bear market, right? Then it came back down, hit another little number here, and we went up another about 50%. So I mean, like when these rallies happen, when these weeklies turn over, dude, you're going to make pretty good money. You're going to make really, really good money. Dude, Shannon, thanks so much for gifting 10 memberships to the A team. If Shannon gifted you a membership, please say thank you to Shannon. And those 10 new members, welcome to the A team. Appreciate you guys a ton. Definitely go hop up in that Discord. That's funny. My dad just sent me, said Britney Spears was arrested in Westlake Village. That's funny, dude. That's all by my grandparents. Austin, apologies. I lost my shit on the last stream, but I appreciate how you read all the comments. Oh, it's all good, Marty. You're good, bro. Hey, dude, like that's the best part about YouTube. We're talking politics. Politics are a tough thing to talk about just because, everyone has their own feelings and beliefs on them. I don't take it personal, man. I think we all have our things on it. And regardless, there's things that Trump has done that's been good. There's things that Trump has been done that's been bad. I mean, like, I think it's like everything, it is what it is, dude. Marty, I don't take it personal at all. And I don't feel like you went off the rails. I don't feel like you went off the rails at all, dude. I guess I didn't read it like that at all. Are we all buying the BS that XRP is going to be used for banking? I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. I think that's become, now with the crypto structure bill coming in there, I think it's going to be probably harder for them to like do that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting to sort of see where XRP sort of plays out. I do think that they have a lot of control. I mean, they own a bank. I think they're going to be able to use a lot of their blockchain within that bank. So yeah, I think that they're going to be in a better position than most. I think that being able to have that in their back pocket is a huge thing. least they'll be able to start testing it with the XRPL and all that. So yeah, I think that very well could happen. Jack Burton, what's up, buddy? Gold and silver is better than Bitcoin. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. How much of an effect on crypto did Jane Street have? I think that they actually had a decent amount, Jack Burton. I mean, like we saw it. We saw the effects of it. If you go back and look, there was an article. Who put out the article? Oh, I should have probably saved the article, dude. But there was an article on the whole Jane Street thing, and it was a really, really good article about all the manipulation and how it like literally stopped after it. Like, I should have saved the article, but there's an article on X out there, a very well put together article with all the stuff in there on Jane Street. Definitely go read it. If I find it, I'll put it in Discord. But it's really good as long as you call a spade a spade. Yeah, I think it's important, dude. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, obviously I voted for Trump. You guys know that. I'm more of a moderate. Like, I'm a conservative, but I'm in the middle of the pack here. And there's things that like I'll admit. I mean, like, why have we not released all the Epstein files? I mean, and it's crazy to me. And I've been vocal on this. Like, I think that's a huge thing, dude. Like, what is holding us back? Why has no one been held accountable for that? I agree with that. Like, that, there's no doubt about that. I think people that do stuff like with the Epstein stuff, like, I feel like you should no longer. Yeah, I don't think that. I think there should be accountability for sure. And I put out my thing on even yesterday, dude. Like, it was crazy to me that people. I mean, the swamp. We talk about draining the swamp, but I mean, look at all the people that voted against the release of some of this stuff. You know what I mean? Like, insane to me. Absolutely insane to me that people were voting against the release of sexual misconduct. That they didn't want to. I mean, that stuff is just ridiculous, dude. So don't get me into that whole stuff. I think like that's where I get flustered. I think Pam Bondi's horrible. I think she should be. I think she should be let go. I don't think she's the greatest DOJ out there. I think she should be done. I think that. But I also believe that. There's other things too. I truly think that he could probably. Like, let's just take an example. What's happening in Minnesota with all the fraud? That kind of got swept under the rug, right? I mean, we'll just go to war now, and now no one's talking about Minnesota and all the fraud. And there should be a ton of people getting deported over that. You know what I mean? In all reality, and I just don't feel like that's actually been held up either. I don't feel that we deported the people like he said they were going to. There's a lot more people out there that should be out of this country. So. Just because they're not good for the country, they're not good for it. There's a ton of people out there that are really, in your communities right now that should not be in your communities. Ripple owns a bank. XRP just owns whatever the founders dump every couple months. Let's see here. I asked in Discord about Flare, and Andrew said to do research in Discord. Do you know much about Flare? It's just a bridge. It's just a bridge. I'm not the biggest Flare fan. I think Flare's okay. It's just not like my cup of tea. I think that they have a good chance of like helping and assisting. I think that they've kind of just rode the coattails of XRP, but I think that they actually have a good shot at helping with that bridge and stuff like that. But I mean, it's not. I own a little. I own like $1,600 of Flare, dude. Here's my theory on the crypto, and it's controversial. Every crypto that values people use will go to the moon because once it's expensive, they will stop. Yeah, you're right. They probably will stop using it. Word on the street, Iran hacked Israel, and they have all. I doubt that, dude. When it comes to our leaders, is the lesser of the evil for a long time now. Yeah, I think, and that's the thing is that Pam Bonner needs to be fired. I mean, that's the thing is that you have to pick it. People spend so much energy on like hating the presidencies, right? I mean, I wasn't a fan of Biden. I think he was actually horrible for crypto. He was horrible for a lot of it. I mean, even though we had a bull run with him, like I feel like he was just his whole, and it wasn't even him. It was other people inside of his party. But I mean, like they just were not. The Democrats are just not pro crypto. They were just not pro. I feel like they're really pro regulation. That just deterred a lot of things, but like that's just our own opinions. But there's things that I agree with on the Democratic side that I don't, like I believe, I'm a firm believer in my body, my choice type thing. I think women should have the rights to their own, to make decisions for themselves. I don't think that people should be telling women what they can and can't do with their bodies. But it goes back to the whole, even with the whole, during COVID and everyone having to get the vaccination and telling people that they have to take it and stuff like that. Like, it's your choice. You should be able to do what you want. But again, that's a sidebar. Austin, do you hold more Bitcoin than the rest of your investments? Right now I do. Yeah. It used to be Ethereum, but yeah, my Bitcoin, I've accumulated more Bitcoin now because Bitcoin's gone up faster in pricing. You got to realize When I accumulated Ethereum, we're sitting at like roughly what, $700-800 for Ethereum. And then I was accumulating Bitcoin at 20. And I mean, when Bitcoin went up, and Bitcoin right now is still sitting higher than that of my investment with Ethereum by almost 100%. I'm literally up like 2.5. I'm up like 2.5% on, or 2.5 times on Ethereum, but I'm up like almost literally like a 3.5 to almost a 4x on Bitcoin. So my Bitcoin value has gone up actually more than my Ethereum's value. Austin, isn't a $9 AVAX crazy? I think so. I've never really owned it, dude. So things alongside these politicians, clean politicians staying silent, the caveat being that they're all dirty pie. I think that, yeah, everyone's going to scratch each other's backs, dude. Austin's running for HOA president. No way, dude. They actually we actually just gave our HOA to the community. And I literally want to sell this house. I couldn't sell this house fast enough, because like soon as now that the community gets a hold of this HOA, it's going to be horrible, dude. Banks are organized criminals. I mean, kind of, in a way. I mean, the rates that they give you, I mean, they don't give you anything back. It's kind of crazy. They hold all your money. You actually give them your money to hold, and it's their money to go do whatever the hell they want to do with it. And when you want that money back, you don't get that money back. But there's nowhere else to put it, right? Where else do you put it? HOAs suck. Yeah, dude. HOAs are horrible, dude. How much was your profit for your long? I made about $650. $650 off one. 400. It was like 420, and then like 300 and something. I think, yeah, I hit at my 30% markers. Let's see. I hit my right at the 30% marks. I cashed out. I think my ETH one hit $600. Yeah, I think it was like 60. Yeah. So I mean, I started with I cashed out some of my BTCC. I'm back up to 4,000. So I was down to $2,200, and now I'm back up to 39. So yeah, I think it was like 39. Yeah, I'm up to 39 now on my BTC account. So every month I go down and I'll take some money out of my BTC account. Any profits that I have, I'll take it out of my BTCC account, and I'll just move it over to Coinbase and cash it out if I need to, or I'll keep it depending on what it is. But I'll move it over and mess around with. Now that I'm doing predictions, I actually move money over to the prediction side to put money into my predictions, because, dude, I've been killing it with my predictions on Coinbase, dude. Like I'll put like 2 or 3 predictions in a day, just off of sports and stuff like that, and I usually hit one of them. And I'll probably make like anywhere from like I'll probably make anywhere from $150 to $250 a day off of these. Like, it's pretty wild how like much that's come in. Let's see here. Cool, dude. Okay, my thing. I was trying to transfer some ETH over. Oh, cool, sweet. My HOA won't let us park in the driveway. Are you serious, dude? I left banking fees for gas exchange fees and ATM fees. I know, dude. ATM fees are crazy to me. Have CCRs, but nobody enforces anything out here. We have CCRs and they enforce everything here. Why do you all let a bunch of Karens run your neighborhoods? Nothing close to that in the UK. I don't know how HOAs happen, bro. I really don't know how HOAs form, to be honest with you. I really don't. And it's really frustrating. And there's nothing, like, I mean, these bylaws are just bullshit. I don't know, dude. I shouldn't have came. I knew when we built the house out here. I obviously came out here to build a house. And originally, when the dues were out here, like originally they were just for keeping the front of the property, the front of our neighborhood, to keep it nice, right? Keep the pay for the irrigation. And we're talking like it was like $30. It was like $25 a month. Now it's more. Now it's like $50 a month. But there's like 310 of us in here, and we're all on like, half acre to acre and a half lots. So it's a big community. It's a big community of people. But then they handed it over to people. I don't know. I don't know how it goes, bro. It's crazy. 20K BTC again. I don't know, man. It's hard to say that. Dead serious. We can only park in the garage or on the street. That is dumb, bro. That's crazy, Marty. Damn. I thought mine was crazy. That's crazy. Have you heard of AZA mining? Oscar's been showing content in it. I have not seen it, dude. AZA. Someone's talked about the whole AZZA or whatever the hell it is mining, but I haven't really looked at it, dude. Never understood HOAs. I still don't understand them. Prediction markets are like that weird casino that was on the movie Vegas Vacation. Yeah, dude. But it's actually, I mean, I actually do. I'm doing pretty well on it, bro. Like, I'm doing really, really well. I probably made, I mean, probably shouldn't put this out here, but I mean, I put in like 1,000. So when I first started the predictions, I put in $1,000, and dude, I've cashed out like $3,000 since then. I still have my initial 1,000 in there, but I've cashed out like an additional like 3,000. I started this about a month ago, dude. So like, these predictions have been really, really good, dude. Like, And I still have a ton of predictions out there. I got Michigan and Duke winning the championships. That's we'll see what happens there. I got my MVP picks. I got the who's going to win the Stanley Cup. So there's a lot of these. Who's going to win the English Premier? It's all based off ratio. Like where are you going to get the biggest bang for your buck? Where do you have a good shot at it? So yeah, it is pretty crazy. Like I'm being serious, dude. It was wild. I just actually I actually moved some over to my bank account. I moved some of the cash over to the bank account. I was like, dude, let's move it over there. I should have probably bought some Ethereum, but I'm trying to move some money back over. I told you guys, I might have told you guys my goal since my grandparents, and again, sorry to sort of go off the topic here, but my grandparents obviously are a little bit older. They live in Southern California. My grandpa's 97, my grandma's 95. They just moved to assisted living, and my grandpa has all his faculties. My grandpa is like all there. But he was like, you know what, grandma's moving over there. She's kind of losing it a little bit. And so he's going over there, and they live in this assisted living area. She lives in like the lockdown section. He lives in like the open area, and like he has like friends now and stuff. He's been there for over a couple months now, and since August. Anyways, long story short, like their house is going up. Their house has been in the family since the 1950s, and like my dad and his brother and sisters, my uncle and aunt, like they don't really want the house. And so I'm like, dude, like I'm the first on the list to buy this house. And I want to buy it. You know what I mean? Like I don't want this to go to someone else. It's like my oasis. Like I love it. It's my childhood. Everything about it. It's in the perfect spot of California. Although I don't care for California politics, I don't care for what all the things in California. I'll go buy a vacation home if I can, and make it a vacation home. Maybe Airbnb it if I can. Make it a little small investment. So I have probably about 20. I probably have anywhere from 12 months to 24 months to like really try to start stacking up as much as possible. And so anything I make it, I'm trying to move it over to like start like moving it into my savings so that like I can start building up a little nest egg. So when the time comes, I can then go to a bank and apply and get what I need out of it. So that's kind of my next step, dude, of like where I'm trying to go is to do that, dude. Lakers or Nuggets tonight. I think the Lakers are the underdog. So I'd probably take the Lakers, but where you want to go in on these predictions, bro. If you're going to do the Lakers and like where I do it is that because like if you look at the Lakers game right now, we'll just take basketball, for instance. Like I think the underdog, let's go the games here. I think Lakers are going to be the underdog. Yeah, they're under. They're 38%. They're at 38% underdog compared to Denver being a 64%. But where you want to actually go to is go over to like double doubles. Go over to like the double double section of it and like click on double doubles and like triple doubles. And that's kind of where, I make a pretty good amount of money. Like right now, Luka Doncic is at a 50% chance of getting a double-double. So, you put $100 in, you'll win $200. Like LeBron James is at a 20%. And he's going against the Denver Nuggets. And last time he went against the Denver Nuggets, he actually put up really good numbers. So if you put $100 down on him, you'll win 500. So like LeBron James is actually not a bad bet for a double-double. At 20% right now is a pretty good double-double. Even Austin Reeves, he's sitting at a 5% chance of getting a double-double. Last game he just played, he got 17 points, got 9 rebounds, and he got 6 assists. So he's really close to getting these double-doubles. And so even if you put $50 down, you have a chance to win $1,000. So like I'm actually gonna put $50 down on Austin Reeves. I'm gonna put $50 down on Austin Reeves at $1,000. That's a pretty good bet right there. So Austin Reeves hitting a double tonight with the Denver Nuggets. Let's actually let me double check to make sure he's actually playing. That's a pretty good ratio. And the good thing is that if they don't play, you'll get your money back. So if they don't play, you actually Coinbase gives you your money back. So it looks like he's playing today. No one's on the injury report, so I'm putting it in, dude, to make $1,000 potentially. And then I'm going to go hedge that. I'm going to say LeBron James. I'm probably going to put $100 down or $50 down on LeBron, hitting a double. And $50 down gives me about $300. Yeah, done, dude. So $100 down, have a chance to actually make some pretty good money there. What's up, Swords Daisy? Good to see you, buddy. Seriously, I'm wondering what is holding XRP is taking off. NBA sucks. Yeah, but when we talk about the double-double, it's a different ball game, right? If you're talking about the wins and losses, that's a hard thing to bet on. But if you go to the triple, like even if you go to like triple doubles, a lot of people, they're hard to make. Like the Joker tonight. The Joker's they're playing against a tough team. So But they have Nikola Jokic making like Luka Doncic's hitting a triple double tonight. Like, dude, $100 makes $800. Like, Luka Doncic is always on the cusp of hitting a triple double, and he's going against a tough team. And usually when they go against tough teams, he usually puts on a show. So like that's a good bet too. Like, gosh, dang, dude, that's hard. That's hard to walk away from as well. Gosh. But even like Nikola Jokic, I mean, or the Joker, he's at 50% right now. I mean, you put $100 in, you can make 200 and make 100 off of it. Like that's not a bad bet either. Damn. But that's kind of where I go. I go into those kind of sides, especially if the spread is too thin. Like right now, the spread between the two is just too thin, dude. I mean, like $100 gets you 263. Denver, you make $50 for $100. Like that's too thin of a margin. Like obviously, you're going to take Lakers over Denver if you're going to spend that money. But like, yeah, you'll look at some of these other ones. I mean, like Dallas over Orlando, like that's going to be tough. Even like Brooklyn over Brooklyn or Miami over Brooklyn, like that's going to most likely happen. But the game tonight to watch is like, like an Iowa at Michigan, an Iowa at Michigan tonight is a good game to watch. I don't know if you guys are into college basketball, but like, that's a really good one to watch. I mean, Iowa's not a bad team. Again, it's in Iowa, and Iowa shoots the lights out from 3-point land, dude. I mean, they're actually a pretty solid team, but they are going against Michigan, which is one of the number one teams in the nation right now. But you never know; these upsets can happen, and the spread on that's actually pretty good, dude. Spreads on that's pretty good. $50 gets you about $350. That's not too bad on that spread. Yeah, I actually might do that just for. But what's nice about it too is that you can actually where some money is also made on this too to just stream a little bit. I know I'm totally going off topic here with these predictions. But wait about halftime, dude. Halftime is where you really want to start to dial in because the spreads get a little bit bigger. So, like, I'll give you an example. I'll give you a good example is when the Clippers were losing to, who was it? Houston. I think the Clippers were losing to Houston by 15 at halftime, or I can't remember what team it was. And the spread was like, I put $50 in and I won like $500. I put the money in on the Clippers would come back, and they did. They ended up coming back and they smoked whoever it was. And yeah, I made like $450 off of that deal. So that's kind of where you want to start watching some of these games. Is if the spreads are kind of like the Lakers and Denver game. Like if the Lakers get a big lead, let's just say the Lakers go up and they go up by 15. At some point, you want to go and actually start hedging your bets on the Nuggets coming back, because most likely they will come back. And yeah, that's kind of where you want, and that's usually when your spreads you can actually make some good money off your spreads, dude. Warren Buffett and Trump eat McDonald's. I think they know something. Do they always eat McDonald's, bro? Oh, did it finally just hit? Did it finally just hit 1,000 down? Oh my gosh, it did, dude. Dow falls 1,000 points as oil resumes surge, hitting $80 a barrel. I told you to go buy that Exxon. Told you to go buy that Exxon, dude. Exxon's killing it right now, probably. It's up a little bit. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy here. But dude, that's crazy. That is crazy. It did break 1,000. I think we knew that it was going to break 1,000. I mean, it's on the roll to break 1,000. That's a pretty good dip right there. Gosh, dang, bro. Yeah, it's coming down. It's coming down. Last time it was this low was roughly around December of this year. We're at 47. So yeah, kind of crazy. Wow. This will come down, dude. I mean, these will come back down and hit some levels down here. I mean, that's 1,000 points in a day. Gosh, dang, bro. Oof. Yeah, that's what Trump invites a team and serves a team. Dude, that he always has done that. Hasn't he always done that? Served the McDonald's, dude. Had to refill gas in my car yesterday, but my electric may be cheaper again. Have a plug-in. Oh, do you? I mean, maybe, dude. I expect steak and lobster with McDonald's. I think it was. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know the whole. I think that's kind of a joke now, running joke with the whole McDonald's thing. I think that's more of a running joke kind of thing. My truck gets 8 miles per gallon. That's kind of where mine gets like my diesel actually does pretty good. I think it's like 18 miles to the gallon on the back roads now. It's pretty efficient. the new diesels are pretty efficient. But I'm selling my truck. I'm just gonna sell my van. It's tradition now. I think so, right, Hogzilla? I think the what's up, buddy? I think that the whole I think the whole McDonald's thing is a traditional thing now because he kind of made it that way and people were kind of like dogged him for it. But yeah, I kind of trained it. Turn it into a crypto trading and content creation house. What are you talking about, K-Tout? I might have missed something, dude. I might have missed something. What does it say about 401k? LeBron frames. LeBum, can't stand him. I know. I'm just saying, but there's money there, dude. Can you buy BTC with 401k? Yeah, you can. I think you can. That's what the whole ETFs are, is being able to buy. You should be able to move some of your 401k into an ETF. Tundra is the best truck. You think so? Get a new diesel without the def. I'm probably just gonna trade it in for. Probably just gonna get a van for fan. We already have a van, but it's it's 100,000 miles on it. The Kia and so after 100,000 miles on Kias, which I love Kias for. Kias are great. I mean, Kias are great because it's a 100,000 mile warranty, right? Powertrain warranty. They're the only vans out there that actually have 100,000 mile warranties on them. And it just makes it easy with the kids, bro. Like I know people laugh at the whole van thing, but dude, like it's the easiest thing with kids. I don't care what anyone says, dude. That's what I have. A 19. What do you have? A 1793. What is that? Regular hybrids save more money than the RAV4 prime plug-in. Oh, really? Gonna tell you right, Austin. I don't know if I like the SUV styles, dude. The vans are so nice because you can they actually have some spacing in there and stuff. So yeah, it's just kind of different. What else am I gonna show here? Oh yeah, this is the Sharpe ratio right here. So this is a good example. If you actually go back and look at the Sharpe ratios right here, I forgot to show you this. So the Sharpe ratios right here, every time we have this relief, you can see right back over here in 2022, 2023, we had this relief right here. It came up, which is very comparable to this right here. Then it came down, hit a number. Same thing here. It comes down, hits this number. And then we have this relief again. It comes back up. It's going to start coming back up again. It's probably going to come back up to the 0, maybe a little bit below that. And then we're going to come back down and hit levels again. So we're going to have these relief rallies. So again, hold. If you're buying now, hold and then it comes back down. It can't be the 100,000 mile warranty on the Honda. Yeah, dude, it's super great. I never had an issue with my Kia at all. Never had an issue with my Kias. I mean, just some small. No, actually, to tell the truth, I didn't have any small things, and it's all covered. It's all covered. And finally, I hit my 100,000 miles on the Kia, and my insurance went up again, dude. I just got brand new insurance. My insurance renewed. I don't know if you guys just realized if your auto insurance went up, but my insurance went up. I was paying for 3 vehicles, and maybe you guys can tell me if this is crazy or not. And maybe this is too much sharing, but I mean, I pay right now on 3 vehicles. Let me open up my Safeco here. On 3 vehicles, bro. Gosh. Sorry, I'm opening it. It's taking a second to open up the Safeco here. So on 3 vehicles, dude, I pay $772 a month. On 3 vehicles, I pay $772 a month for the whole year. This includes my umbrella. I have an umbrella on it as well. I pay roughly $9,217 for 3 vehicles for a year, dude. $9,217. Tell me that's not crazy, dude. My insurance is $1,300 a month with a $3,400 code. Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah, you pay more than me, K-Tau. I'm with USAA and the premium skyrocketed. That is crazy. Yeah. My 2 kids was just born. A minivan is in the future. Hell yeah, Hogzilla. That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's why I don't want to get involved in foreign affairs because it's going to raise. Yeah, that's true. And so mine just renewed. I was originally paying 6. Yeah, so I was originally paying. It's gone up It's gone up by roughly $122. My premiums went up $122. So that's roughly about $1,200 in the year that my money goes up, right? I say 122. Yeah, it's going up roughly $1,400, almost $1,500, dude. You need to call around. So this is where it's crazy. You want to hear something crazy, Diana? You want to hear something crazy? The reason why I can't call around is because when I had my house coverage was on Safeco, my cars were on Safeco. Everything was covered under Safeco 7 years ago. And when our house burned down, it was on Safeco. Well, that claim is stuck on my Safeco account. Okay, so even though it was not my fault, my neighbor's house burned down, caught my house on fire, my house burned down. So it wasn't my fault, right? It was the neighbor's house caught fire, caught my house on fire. They still hold that claim against me. Like that claim is still on there, and no other insurance company will take me because of the amount of money that had to be paid out for that fire claim that was on Safeco. They still hold that as a property claim, which is underneath my car insurance as well. So realize that home insurance is still a part of your, like it still is part of a claim that is attached to your whatever you had pre-existing with them. So yeah, it kind of sucked, man. Like looking back, it's just like, damn, you know what I mean? So when I went a year ago to do the whole thing, it was actually to leave Safeco, it would be like $500 more a year to get the next cheapest insurance because of my claim that happened 7 years ago. You have to wait 10 years. It's a 10-year window for that claim to fall off. The insurance companies are such a joke, dude. Like it's the worst, man. Like I hate it. Well, not your fault, but still your fault. Absolutely, dude. Insurance companies are a scam, bro. Like that you need them. I get that. Like I'm very appreciative that I had insurance when my house burned down. But then after the dust settles, no pun intended, like you're still screwed. Like you're still screwed. It still lingers with you. It's like it lingers with you for like bad credit report. You know, even though it wasn't your fault, it lingers on like a bad credit, like a bad credit report. It like literally, it's like you got a 90-day late payment on a student loan or on a credit card or on a house payment, and that just lingers with you for 7 years. That's kind of what this is for me, even though it was my fault. So it really, really does suck. I guess because it was so much money. Yeah, it was a $350,000 claim. You know what I mean? They had to rebuild the whole house. It was like $350,000. But again, it just like, but that's what you're paying into. But it just sucks because then you can't go out and you can't leverage anything. You're kind of screwed. So you learn a lot. I mean, like life lessons like when you talk about life lessons, I mean, all of us have gone through life and we've all learned lessons in life. But it is crazy to look back and realize, like, just life lessons in general, like how much you learn from those life lessons. And I learned a lot from the house burning down. Just in probably a 2-year period, I probably learned the most I've ever learned in terms of life lessons in that 2-year period, on like the do's and the don'ts. Like if I had to do it all over again, I'd be like, if anyone's house burns down and you have to go through any issue, like call me up, man. I walk you through everything. I've learned so much. Like one of our guys on here, you know, I'm not going to go out and say, but I mean, just if your house burns down, call me, dude. Like I'll help you through every little step of the way, bro. Trump fired Christian appointed Senator Mullen as secretary. Did he actually fire her? I saw that they were coming down. Did he actually come through and fire her? I saw that was coming through. Breaking news officially removes Kristi Noem from her position. Holy shit, dude, he did. This came down. I'm pleased to announce that the highly respected United States Senator from the great state of Oklahoma, Mark Wayne Mullen, will become the United States Secretary of Homeland Security effective March 31st, 2026. The current Secretary, Kristi Noem, who has served us well, has had numerous and spectacular results, will be moving to a special envoy for the Shield of America and our new Secretary Initiative, or Security Initiative in the Western Hemisphere. We're announcing on Saturday. So she's not leaving. He didn't fire her. He just moved her. I guess that would be a fire. Would that be considered a fire? Or I mean, it's not like she's leaving the administration. She's just going to maybe, I don't know, serving 10 years in the United States House of Representatives and 3 in the Senate. Mark Wayne has done a tremendous job, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Interesting, dude. That is an interesting take. That is a major cabinet shakeup. Wow. I mean, she just testified in front of Congress, right? Maybe he didn't like her responses in front of Congress. I don't know. At least he didn't need to take off shoes at the airport anymore. I know. You pay $160 for 3IO2. Yeah, bro. She's hot. Yeah, demotion. I guess it's a demotion, right? Not fired. You got demoted. That's a good one, Majestic. Yeah, he didn't fire her. He just demoted her. Damn, that's crazy. He did. Shit. I mean, hey, I told you guys, there's a couple things I voted for. And again, it's probably because I live here in Washington, and as you guys know, Washington, like, I do think that there's a lot of there's a lot of illegals here who are very high in the criminal side of it here in Washington, because Washington's a sanctuary city, and unfortunately, like, crime is rampant here, and a lot of it has to do with the, the illegal side of it. Like, I'll call it what it is. I'm not here being mean about it, but it's just true. Like, if you live here, if you live in a state where you see it, it's all over the news. You combat it. You drive down the street, you see it, you know it. Like, I think you can speak on it. And so I can speak on this because I live in a state that allows this, and I do think that, like, that's one thing Trump has failed. I don't think that he's deported as many bad actors as he should. And it's social, and I don't think that he's gone after the sanctuary cities as hard as he should. I wish that Seattle was cleaned up a lot more than it was. I do. That's something that I did vote for, because I'm just sick and tired of being able to walk down the street and, like, it's just crazy, dude. Or, like, I want my kids to be able to go play out in my neighborhood and not have to worry about the dangerous people that are out there. And again, I'm not saying you have to be illegal, like all illegals are dangerous, but I'm just saying that a lot of people here, we can already see it in our news that it is. And so it's just crazy. And I think that they haven't done enough here in Washington. Do you pay state taxes? We pay state. We don't pay like a state income tax here in Washington, but we do pay a sales tax, and that sales tax goes to the state. So yeah, the sales tax is for everything within the state. You also pay, when you do your, we pay tax. Yeah, we pay taxes. We pay our local taxes. We pay state taxes that way. There's other taxes you have to pay. If you're a small business, which I have a couple small businesses, you pay a lot into the Department of Revenue. So there's that as well. So yeah, no state income tax here in Florida. I know, that's kind of nice, right? Mullen, Noam is a complete moron, but Mullen is a total imbecile. I don't even know who he is, dude. Dude, there have been so many. There's always been illegal migrants, you otherwise intelligent people who just believe the nonsense. Hey, Jesse, do you actually live in a state like Washington where you actually see it? You have another person here who Hogzilla, right? I had to move out of the city. Washington sucks now, dude. Like, I don't think you experience it, bro. It's not mind-boggling. You don't live in a city where you have to deal with it, dude. So you can sit there and say whatever you want to say about it, but until you actually experience it yourself, like, it is what it is, dude. I live in New York City. Yeah, then you experience it. So you're on the other side of it, bro. It's not fun, dude. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people. I think there's a lot of things here where people take advantage of the system, and we're starting to see it now. A lot of it, more of it's coming out here, and I think a lot of it, again, it's pretty disappointing when you have. It's funny because I actually know a couple, you good people, right? I know a couple illegal aliens that are actually really nice people, and it's pretty sad when they actually make more money than like people that are on Social Security. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think. Like, you can work 50 years in America here, and you'll make roughly anywhere from $1,200 to $1,400 on Social Security a month. But if you're an illegal alien, you get all the food stamps, you get all the benefits, you get everything. You make roughly about $3,500 a month. That's pretty crazy, bro. Tell me that's not the same. It's not no. I'm telling you from my own experience. Like, did you not hear what I just said, Jesse? I literally said my own experience. Like, I live it. You go drive, you see it, dude. You see it. You see people actually. It's happening right now. Like the sheriff's department is actually. It's funny because the sheriff's departments are a lot more conservative than they are, like, liberal here in Washington. You actually go down some of these, like Lewis County, Thurston County. You go over into, like, Cowlitz County. A lot of these sheriff's departments are very, very conservative. And so all over these sheriff departments, Facebooks and things like that, like, they're talking about the arrest of these. Like, you're seeing these people you're literally, they, like, are in your area. They actually will dox these people and put their addresses online. So, like, yeah, I see it here, dude. I got you. I'm reading it. I'm reading what you're saying, Jesse. I'm just telling you, like, we all have our own experiences, dude. I have my experiences. You have yours. Here, Washington's just rough, dude. Washington's rough. It's gotten worse and worse and worse, especially in the city area. And it just sucks, dude. It just sucks. It's just become dangerous. And I'm not saying it's not all illegal aliens. I'm saying that there's a lot of other things that contribute to it. The homelessness, the transient, kind of style that they allow. I mean, there's so much, even the drugs being allowed to be used, and like, there's just no enforcement on it. It's just rampant, bro, and it just sucks. And it's like, it's not what I grew up with, and I wish it was. I wish that the kids could go out and ride bikes, and I wouldn't have to worry about them. I wish they could go out and go hang out with their friends and walk downtown and do whatever like I did growing up. But you can't. You can't do that now, dude. Like, you know, I live in Portland, Austin. Austin ain't lying about the West Coast states. Yeah, it's different. I can't describe it. It's different. I haven't been to New York City, so I can't say what New York City's like. I really can't. I've never been to New York City, so I can't speak on that. But I can tell you that the West Coast is different, man. There's just a different. It's a different Democrat too. Like, I think that the New York Democrats are different than the Pacific Northwest Democrats. They might be very close to similar thoughts, but man, it's like a different animal. I don't know. I like parks without dirty needles. That's just me, dude. You can't go to a park here without a dirty needle, bro. You can't. There's no way. There's zero chance it's gonna happen. Spring is here. Yeah, spring is here. It's actually pretty nice. I prefer Florida, but been taller since. I have to ask Guy. Like, Guy, how do you like? How do you? I mean, you're obviously a very liberal person. Like, what makes you live in Florida? Like, I mean, being that it's obviously probably one of the most conservative red states out there. Like, I honestly, I truly want to know, like, like, do you like living in Florida, being a very liberal person in a very conservative area? Unfortunately, most jobs are there. Not doing a Florida to Miami commute. Florida is more purple. It's a mixture. Well, I mean, like, you got a lot. I mean, did you guys see that Starbucks? Dude, Starbucks just left left Washington. This tells you how bad it is, dude. When one of the trademarks of Washington, the like the pinnacle of companies, um of Washington, is leaving Seattle, dude. Like, literally, it came out today, or it came out yesterday, sorry, that Starbucks confirmed Seattle will remain headquarters amid Nashville corporate expansion. But it says it will remain the headquarters, but they're moving their corporate stuff over to Nashville, dude. Everything's moving over to Nashville, bro. Like, they're trying to make it seem like it's staying here, but it's not, dude. Like, it's literally leaving. It's majority of these things are leaving. They've already given out packages, and the reason why I know that is because I have buddies who work at Starbucks, and sorry, this thing's glitching out on us here. Hold on. I have people that, buddies that work there, and like, they're all getting offered packages to move from Seattle to Nashville now. So, like, they say it's going to stay in Seattle because they don't want to, like, lose the customer base. But in all reality, they're moving all their corporates over. I think Florida is on track to repair our politics. Austin, I live in the bluest progressive city in the bluest county in Florida. So what county is that? I don't even know if I know what county that is. I'm a moderate, and a bunch of moderates I no support him. I'll admit myself include. Funny enough, my friends left and right hate him. Yeah, Newsom's gonna be Newsom's a different animal, dude. Oh, Broward County. Okay, you know what's funny, dude? I literally was thinking Broward County in my head. Literally, I was like, when you said it, I was like, Broward County is probably. But okay, so you kind of live in there, and they're on track. You know what? So do you like your governor then? I mean, do you like what he's doing for Florida? I mean, I think that, like, I think it's pretty cool. I will admit, I think it's pretty cool if you guys pass the no property tax. Like, that's pretty cool, dude. That's pretty cool to not have property. Like, to think that that's even on the table, to not have property taxes anymore, to where, like, you'll own your house or your property outright and never have to pay taxes on that again. That's pretty cool, dude. Like that would make me move there just for that alone. You know what I mean? To know that you could own something outright and never have to pay tax on it again. That'd be super cool. Like, that's pretty bad. Florida's portrayed as very conservative, but I think it's a mask. But I mean, I guess they go either way, right? I mean, I mean, you had the fight over Bush and Gore, right? The recount. Florida has insurance and foreclosure problems. If Fort Lauderdale has good jobs, would move there in a second. You like Fort Lauderdale? I haven't, I never been. I've been to a few places. I've been to Orlando, and I've been to Daytona Beach. I've been around like that area a lot. I've been down to the Keys, but like I've never really been up into like the northern side of Florida. Um, let's actually pull up Florida here. Let's do. I haven't even looked at Florida. Fan would never move there. I would probably move there, but Fan would never move there. She's afraid of like all the bad stuff. Let's see here. Let's see Florida. So yeah, when I'd come in here, obviously when I did my work, we would go down and we would come down to Orlando. We'd go up to Daytona Beach right here, but I never gone up to St. Augustine or Jacksonville. Never been up that way, and then I've never been to this side. Never been to Tampa or Sarasota. I've never been over there. But I definitely been down over here before one time. I came down over here into the Miami section. But yeah, this is never been to Fort Lauderdale. I mean, I came into Miami. We were in there for like a second and then dipped out. I never got the chance to like really drive around or be a part of Fort Lauderdale or Miami. But yeah, definitely Orlando, this area for sure. You know, they'll make property taxes with something else. Also, it's not all taxes. School taxes will be there. Yeah, I think that's. I'm okay paying into. I've said this before. I'm totally okay paying local taxes. Like I think local taxes are important. Taking care of local roads, making sure that the emergency services are taken care of, making sure your schools are taken care of. Like I agree with all those kind of things. You know what I mean? I'm okay paying that. But when it comes to like it should be moved to a different tax. It shouldn't be necessarily a property tax. I despise my governor. No property tax is a fake promise. DeSantis wants to transfer the tax to non-residents. How well do you think that will go? That will work out, and that'll be interesting. So you don't have to be a resident. So if you own a, so basically you're telling me if you own a house in, let's just say you own property in Florida, you own property in Florida, but you don't live there. You're not a resident. You just own like a vacation home. You could then it would they would have to then pay taxes as well. Is that what you're saying? Never been to Orlando. He's never been to Orlando. He went to what the hell is that? St. Pete is nice. St. Pete, where's St. Pete at, dude? Where's St. Pete? Oh yeah, I've never been over on this side either, like Panama City or Tallahassee. Where's St. Pete at? Oh, St. Petersburg. Oh, okay, St. Petersburg. Oh yeah, I've never been over there either, dude. And yeah, I've been to this side. Yeah, I heard like isn't Saratoga like isn't this area supposed to be like one of the better areas? Um like one of the nicer areas, Saratoga. Say I heard maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Florida, you can't say the word HBCU. Never been, and I heard it's nice. Near Tampa, a dog can get a gun in Florida. One tax, not 20 disguised taxes. Oh, gotcha. It's on Tampa. Austin, culturally, I bet you'd prefer Tampa, St. Pete, or Saratoga. Yeah, this is kind of where I was looking at because so Saratoga, well, obviously I was looking for the girls. Like if I ever made a shift, or if I ever like went somewhere, like I was like, oh, I'd just go to like, somewhere that's nice and warm and has like, somewhere. And I think Saratoga because they have really good soccer programs over here. So you know me, I'm always gearing up for like stuff like that. Yeah, beautiful down there too. St. Petersburg hasn't built high rises on their beaches. So oh really, dude, that's kind of cool, dude. Yeah, I heard the beach. Yeah, I did hear the beaches in this area are kind of nice. The Saratoga haven't built high rises over here. Dude, that looks like a nice beach. Damn. Upham Beach. Yeah, I should probably become more Sarasota. Is that how it says Sarasota? Is that the right way to say it? Sarasota? Sarasota? Sarasota. New Jersey has some red areas like Ocean County and parts of Monmouth County and parts of New Jersey, not next to Philly. It's called Sarasota. Okay. What was I saying? Sarasota? Sarasota? Check out Anna Marie Island's top 3 beaches. Where the hell is that? Is that in Florida too? Anna Maria Island. Oops. Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, dude, that beach looks nice, dude. Oh, dude, that would be perfect. Dude, that's so nice looking. Dang. Yeah, that's my kind of beach right there, dude. That's my kind of beach right there. Yeah, the Siesta Keys, Key Beach. There is one of the top beaches in the world. Siesta Keys. Okay, let's take a look at Siesta Keys. Now you guys got me all like in my Florida fix now, dude. Oh, dude, that's nice too. So that's over in the same area then, right? So this is like, so this whole Sarasota area is like, this is like the place to be, right? Damn. These are like some of the best areas right here. Oh yeah, see that's a nice looking beach right there. I'm assuming the water is probably super warm. Huh? Oh man, look at that. Yeah, dude, that's great. Yeah, count me in on that, dude, for sure. Everyone from New York is moving to Sarah. Oh, really? Are they really? Marco Island heading there next week. Marco Island, Florida coastline will be underwater in 10 years. You think so? White sugar sand. I'm down with that, dude. Galveston, Texas beaches. Everyone from New York. Yeah, I did hear a lot of people are moving down to these. Siesta Keys is the best. Go there every year. Can't wait for May. Anna Marie Island's nice too. It's just more quiet and family oriented, in my opinion. Everything closes early. I prefer Siesta. Okay, you would like the Clearwater Largo if you're from OC. Where's Clearwater Largo? Is that also in Florida? I feel like I need to go out more. I don't even know. Austin mentioned Florida will be underwater, but I have no objection to a burial at sea. I like that. I like that, dude. I'll be okay with the barrel at sea too, as long as the kids, shoot the arrow that catches fire, and then I catch fire. You know what I mean? Like they let me float out like a good like 50 feet, and then they shoot the arrow that's on fire. Then I'd be cool. That'd be okay. I would go out a Viking's death. I'd be okay with that one. I'm with you on that, then. Thinking Melrose Park and west of there was scary, but still Melrose Park. Where's that at? So Austin, do you like humidity? I'm okay. Funeral for a Viking. That's what I'm talking about, right, guy? Um, I could do heat, bro. Yeah, I'm okay either way. I'll sweat, but dude, like I would much rather be hot than cold. Like I would much rather be sun blazing on me, getting a little burned, getting a little being a little hot, you know. When it's too humid, like I'll give you an example. I went down to Dallas Fort Worth for work. And I can't remember the time. I think it was in like August. And dude, it was so humid. Like it was hard to breathe. Like that's when it's too much. That's when it's hard to breathe. Like when it's like you step outside, it's just like you get hit with the oh, we went down to dude, we went down to where were we, dude? Even Vegas, dude. We were down in Vegas for Bitcoin this last year, dude. It was like there was like a humidity that came in from there, and it just hit me with a whole nother. And you walk out, and you're like, "Holy crap! You can't even breathe out here." It was just humid. Hawaii humidity different from Thailand humidity. Gotcha. I'm sorry. I got to scoot. Have a great day. You too, guy. Appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, I stayed on way too long. I'm rambling about who knows what, dude. There's 15 yearly snap of beach water line, and they literally haven't even moved. Oh, so people were saying that it's going to go under, but it really hasn't. Al Gore said we'd have no winter by 2010, but here we are. Dude, if we can get not have winter, I'd be cool with that. I agree. Easier to cool off than warm up. Yeah. I would much rather, I'd rather just stay warm, dude. Vegas has that dry heat. It's a weird, yeah, you walk out and it's like, it kind of hits you differently. But all right, guys, I'm going to hop off too, dude. I got things to do today. I got things to wrap up today. I got shit to do. I went off on just random take. But right now, markets are kind of bouncing back, dude. Stock market's going down. Oh, dude, look at that 1,060, dude. Crypto's actually going up right now in the last hour, while the Dows, while everyone's exiting the markets over here. Holy crap. But yeah, you can see that right now. Damn. Bitcoin's moving up right now. Ethereum's moving up right now. Things are actually looking pretty decent. So, but yeah, hit that like button. Appreciate you guys a ton, man. I know we went off a little on the rails there. Thank you guys for hanging out and talking about random stuff here. I couldn't appreciate it more, dude. June, July, August, 2nd, hot in Florida. Connecticut weather, too cold now. Yeah, dude, Washington weather, right? Washington weather's too cold right now. But all right, guys, with all that, I'll be back on tomorrow. Hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up if you haven't subscribed. Hit that subscribe button. Love you guys. We're out. Peace out, everyone.